Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is Talking Crazy 88 back again with another podcast for you. This mid-afternoon podcast. I'm rolling. I'm doing two podcasts today. It must tell you that I have a lot on my mind that I want to talk about. Although I want to continue on the passport, uh, the brothers getting passports. But I just want to say this, that for all the brothers that are getting passports, make sure I just want to ask y'all something, man. Are y'all getting the passports for the right reasons or just because some bitch turned you down? Because you gotta remember, I did a live stream about back in January. I took it down. I took it down because because it wasn't playerish. But it goes into effect of what it goes into effect of what I was just talking about. About, yeah, is that really, is it the answer? Is it the answer or is it an alternative? Are you using your passport to go overseas to date like Austin Hollerman is doing? Because he's purely just doing it just to go out there just to date. And he has the means, and his channel is going to grow exponentially afterwards. So he'll have the means, the money, and the means to go frequent to Colombia or Brazil or wherever he wants to go, or wherever he wants to establish himself. And I'm proud of that, and I wish him nothing but the best. And believe me, these old heads here in the States who finally just get it, because I get it. I get it. A lot of 80% of the women that you're going to encounter in this country are not going to be that into you. I mean, I'm sorry to say this, and that's what the purpose of this video is. I mean, this podcast that I'm doing right now today, because it was just something on my mind that are American women into you, my brother? Are these chicks into you? I don't think so. And I'll tell you why. And I'll tell you why based on my experiences. Because there were some signs that the chick I was spitting at, that I was with, was not that into me. Okay? I didn't make her pussy tingle, all right? Maybe the chicks down there do. Down in Colombia or Brazil or Kazakhstan or Russia, maybe those chicks do it. Do it for you. Maybe they like you. I don't know. Because it's weird. It's weird to find the ones that actually like you. All right? It's harder to find the ones that like you. But it's a lot easier to find the ones that don't like you or isn't that into you. Because there are signs. Earlier today, I was looking at an article about certain signs that I want to talk to you guys about if you're still fooling around with these bitches up in the States. I mean, but they can apply anywhere else in the world. Because you got to remember, the bitches overseas, and you're going to learn, and Austin, he will learn that it's no different there than it is here. That they're all alike. Women are all alike. And I think that's what a lot of these content creators who look at his channel and does reaction videos on his channel, that's what they're trying to say. I mean, yeah, you got the attention, yeah, because they've never seen they've never seen an American that had money before in their entire life, because you represent that you got the money and the means to travel to their home country. Not to say, let me just go ahead and dispel the stereotypes of some of these countries, man. the women in these countries, because I've been hearing a lot of these women and men, particularly I hear a lot more men than women uh, shaming and putting down the brothers that travel overseas because they don't want to date in America, in the United States no more. Now, with that said, that I said my piece that women are all alike all over the world. It's just different. It's just different the way they treat you. Now, not to say, but I haven't been overseas yet. But I will say this: the stories from the brothers that go overseas and their attitude change based on going overseas and dating overseas. These brothers have had a better experience dating women overseas than they have dating women here in this country. Let me repeat. The brothers overseas had a better experience based on their stories that they told with the women overseas than with the women in America. Touch your neighbor and say, you, the women overseas have a better experience, my brothers. Touch your neighbor and say, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Ain't that a bitch? All right. These brothers, these small sample size of brothers that go overseas and their testimony is that they never had a bad experience with the women overseas. They didn't have as much of a problems overseas with the women overseas than the ones that's here. Now, I'm not going to go into the mental illness, the weight issues, the psychological issues. I mean, like, for instance, I'll talk about this, man. Back down in New Orleans about a couple of months ago, there was a young woman who slit the throats of two of her children, live streamed it, blaming the children's father. The father came down, got the children out of there to a hospital. One of them died. Okay? And this bitch is running around doing a live stream with blood all over her, saying it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. That Coach Greg Adams always play that clip. And I was just wondering where he got that shit from, and I looked it up. But see, this is what you're cold approaching and running up on and having babies with, fellas. You're having babies with mentally unstable women here in the United States. I hate to say it. I'm sorry. You're having babies, you're having relationships with women that you really in the United States that you really shouldn't be putting on the pedestal. You have high expectations on women in this country. And I think generally that's one of my critiques of the passport bros who go overseas and dating women overseas. Even though they have a very good experience over there, I still think that they put these women on a higher pedestal. I think they have higher expectations from these women than necessary. Okay? I want you to understand that, people. I think that's probably what these brothers are saying, these dating coaches are saying. Don't put these women on a pedestal. Do not have high expectations of these women. See, that was my mistake years ago. When I was dating, I had high expectations of a woman, of a broke bitch, to turn it around. You know, I believed that I could reform this bitch, mold that bitch into what I wanted. And I wasn't able to do it. I'm gonna be honest with you. With an American woman, I was unable to do it. Maybe with a foreign woman, maybe, but with an American woman, no, no, forget it, no, no, because she wasn't that into me. Okay, she didn't like me. Okay, I hate to say it, but 80% of the women out there in the United States are not gonna like you. So that's where the trick culture, that's where you guys begin to trick by paying this bitch's bills, paying for dinner, paying for drinks for your friend, for her broke ass raggedy friends, paying for this, paying for that. And then you're surprised, flying a bitch out that you don't even know. And then you're surprised when she don't drop the drawers for you. You're surprised when she don't drop the drawers for you. What you gonna do? You do a video taking her back to the airport where she has to pay for her own ticket, her ticket back home. All right. Now, I have to say that's your fault, and it's my fault too. I got burned. I got ripped off. There are times I got ripped off. Look, man, you go 48 years struggling in this country and believing what these bitches, believing in these bitches, believing that you could upgrade a bitch. You probably could. I just don't have the time and patience to do so. The bitch got to be on board of what I'm doing. All right. Okay, and that's where I failed. See, the masculine identity. That's what Mr. Locario. I'm not doing a commercial for that nigga. I mean, you can spend all your money on that nigga if you want to, or any other dating coaches if you want to. I ain't spending a goddamn dime on this shit, man. But if you do, take the information, put it in your toolbox until you go overseas, man. Because those women overseas, they want a man. They don't want a male. They want a man. Okay? I want you to understand that, folks. I want you to understand that, fellas. They want a man, not a male. And you better be a man to these bitches. Yeah, they'll take care of you. They'll look out for you. They'll take good care of you overseas. Because that's the one thing that I've noticed overseas than here in the States is that they tend to be a little bit more family oriented. See, they don't want to stray too far away from their families unless they're the losers of their country, that they want to get away and assume another identity. Okay, that's why you have so many goddamn immigrants coming over here. Okay, the immigrants that's coming over here are coming from war-torn countries. Think about it. They're not coming from Mexico. They're coming from impoverished countries such as Haiti, Syria, Nigeria. Okay, where they're the losers of their country. They can't make it in their own country. Or they did something nefarious where they had to get the fuck up out of there. And they come here. Okay? And they bring all that trash over here. Alright? There's not a lot of Colombians coming up to New York. Think about it like this, people. There's not a lot of people from the European countries such as Amsterdam, Spain, Iceland, the countries in Scandinavia, Russia. A lot of them, believe it or not, they're not coming to the United States en masse. They're staying out there. Why are they staying out there? If the United States is such a great country, how come they're not moving out here en masse? Hell, there should be 1 billion people in this country right now as we speak. And I think they're setting it up to be 1 billion, close to 1 billion a population of 1 billion in the United States. I think that's what they're doing. That's why they're bringing all these losers over here. Because the ones that come over here, the immigrants that come over here, are really the losers of their country. If you really want to think about it, okay? Who the fuck want to go over there? Who the fuck want to leave where they are with their family and friends and family out there? Unless they're really, or unless they failed somewhere in their country, and they believe that, hey, maybe I can be successful here in the United States. Maybe. You guys got to remember what kind of country this is in the United States. This is a work country. You work until you die. That's what my dad did. He worked until he died. He worked himself into a grave. Just like a lot of y'all grandparents, parents and grandparents did. Okay? That's what I worked I worked off and on for the last 20 years. All I did was get a college degree to just go ahead and get a job. The same job I could have got with a high school diploma. Okay? All I had to do was just go ahead and get a couple of certifications, and I would have had a job. In IT. You don't need no goddamn college degree. Especially $100,000 degree? And I tack on another $100,000 for a master's degree? Yeah, I got suckered into that shit, but I'm getting myself out of that hole. And that's the beautiful part of this country. You can get yourself out of the hole if you want to. If you need to. But anyway, let's getting back to these hoes who don't really give a fuck about you. 80% of them are not going to give a fuck about you. Now, had I known that before January, when I was dating a punk ass bitch, I wouldn't have been so surprised. I wouldn't have been so sucker for love. And that's what I was. I got caught in my feelings, like a lot of y'all have. Okay? See, the difference between me and y'all is that I'm not afraid to admit it. Okay? Admit that you have an issue, and then you can address it, and then become red pill. Just say you don't give a fuck about these hoes anymore. See, if you want to stay in this country, which if you want to date in this country, tighten your game up. Okay? Don't give a fuck about these hoes. These hoes should be on your plan. If she likes you, cool. She will call you. She will be on your plan. If she doesn't like you, well, fuck her. Fuck her all to hell. But anyway, let me go ahead and read off this list. Hang on, let me just put it on pause for a second. I may have to put it on pause for a minute because I got a meeting to go to. But I just wanted to talk to you fellas out here. I wanted to chat with y'all, do an afternoon chat with y'all fellas, man. Hang on for a second. Let me just pause it. All right, guys. Yeah, there is this article on a website called Love Panky. All right. Now it's about 17 honest telltale signs that she's not that into you. All right. Think about it. See, this is what happened. You know, I'm just giving you the signs after you cold approach, or you meet a bitch off a dating app. You set up a designated time and a designated place where you can have the designated meeting between you and this punk ass bitch, which is a leftover woman. If they're on a dating app and they're over 35, that's a leftover woman. Okay? Just wanted to get that out there. All right. Sign number 1, there is no eye contact. All right? The bitch don't look at you. You staring at her, she's trying not to stare back at you. All right? See, that's one of the things that that punk ass bitch did on my last date. She had a hard time looking at me, making eye contact. All right. Now, rule number two. I mean, sign number two. Okay, she's not responsive, or she makes excuses. All right. Now, if she's fine, if you go on one date and you text her, you said hey, or you call her, and she's always having an excuse not to talk to you. All right. She's making excuses. That means she's not that interested in you. All right. Okay. Sign number three. She looks bored or distracted. Okay. You got her on a date. You're talking to her. You're telling her stories about your childhood and shit and bullshit, or telling her bullshit stories. All right. And then she's just looking crazy at you, or she's looking away, or she's looking at her phone. That's another thing. If she's on her phone, fit fellas, she's on her phone. That's a sign that she's not that into you. That's the time where you should just end the date and say, look, it's apparent you're not that interested in me. I'll pay for my drink, you pay for yours, and I'm gonna call it a night, all right? And she's gonna say, no, no, no. And I'm like, no, 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 nope. You gotta go. Have a nice life. But some of y'all motherfuckers are too scared to do that. You know, I'm not scared not anymore. Don't give a fuck. Now, sign number 4 is always a group date. All right. Set up the date, and while you're setting up the date, she's like, "Oh, can I bring my friend Janine with me?" And I'm like, "What?" That's when you that's when you have to say, well, you know what, I'm not interested, bye, click. Or you set up the date, she shows up at the designated place and she brings a bitch with her. And I'm like, why are you bringing a bitch with her? Oh, she's just here for our company, da 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 da. Dude, she's not that into you. Get the fuck out. All right, that's it. That's my advice. When you get introduced and you with the bitch, and she introduces you to her friends and family as a friend. Really? Not that into you. She's not that into you, people. Oh, there's another one. She talks about other guys that she's interested in. All right. Now this could be tricky because she may be complaining about her ex-husband, her ex-boyfriend, or I would include her ex-husband, her ex-boyfriend, her baby daddy, da 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 da. You don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear about another man that you're interested in or not interested in. You tell her to cut that shit out. You got to set the parameters first. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it again. You're on my time. Fuck him. And if she gets mad, fuck her. Just say, you know what? It's time for me to go. Bye. See, y'all got to learn how to walk away from these bitches, man. These bitches ain't all that special. These bitches ain't shit. I hear y'all fellas say, these bitches ain't shit. Them bitches ain't shit. But y'all go back to these bitches. Y'all kowtow like I did before I really got the red pill. There's nothing remarkable about these bitches. I said it in my live stream. There's nothing remarkable about these bitches. Think about it. Half these bitches, you be sighing relief that I'm glad that bitch don't call me anymore. I know I have. Shit. All right, sign number 7. She doesn't get dressed up for you. Okay. That could also be tricky as well. Because sometimes it can be a casual date where you don't need to dress up. Some of y'all ninjas love the natural look on a bitch. So, I can't really take that to account. But if you're going on a first date, You never get a second chance to make a first impression. All right. Now she calls you. She kept. I love her. I love you as a friend, or something like that. That's the sign number 8. Whatever. You really shouldn't be trying to get at your female friends. If you really shouldn't have any female friends at all. You should always have female acquaintances, but not friends or anything like that. Okay. Now, sign number 9. She's uncomfortable when you send her gifts. All right, so this is when the simping comes in, all right? When it's clear she gave you several signs that she's not interested in you, and you keep sending her flowers and candies and this, that, and the other. And the expression on her face is not happiness, but it's shocked or disgust or anything like that. Move on. Now, I've heard this before. Sign number 10. I've heard this before. I've heard women say this to me in my face before. I wish more guys were like you. Which is, in translation, I wish more guys I'm attracted to are like you. That means she's not attracted to you. She doesn't make her pussy tingle. Okay? But y'all still standing there looking like a dumbass. Hold on for a second. I got to go to a meeting. I'll be back in a few minutes. I'll be back in half an hour and finish this bullshit up. All right? Hold on. All right, gang. I'm back. I am back. All right. Now, I left off at number 10, which is, I wish more guys were like you. In translation, I wish more guys I'm attracted to are like you. That's just another bitch way of saying that if you were someone else that I actually like, that I was attracted to, that my panties get wet when I see it, I would marry you. I would give you the pussy, and then I would hope that you would marry me. Hell, I would ask you to marry me. That's what the bitch would say to you. All right? But if she says that line, she's not into you, get rid of that bitch, man. Walk away. Walk away from that bitch. All right? Walk away from that bitch, man. All right, let's move on to number 11. While you're on a date, she describes the man of her dreams and is totally different from who you are. See, fellas, look, you ain't gotta take this bullshit from no punk ass bitch. Bitch is unremarkable anyway. But at the same time, she has every right to ask and get what she wants. So again, if she does that to you, man, just leave her. Leave her alone. If she says that she wants a nigga that has 6 figures, makes 6 figures a month, 6'5", and has a 6-pack or a 6-inch dick, get rid of that bitch, man. Fuck her. She ain't shit anyway. All right, number 12. Now, a lot of you ninjas out here do this shit. All right? I did it. So, hey, I'm in the same barrel. I'm in the same barrel of crabs with you motherfuckers, all right? But I'm trying to get the fuck up out of there. I'm trying to get you the fuck up out of there. I don't want you to pull me back into the barrel, you dumb motherfuckers. I want you to escape with me. Let's get the fuck out of this barrel, all right? Now, number 12, she calls you only when she needs something, all right? All right? Whether she needs free tickets to whatever concert that she wants or your assistance on something. But she ain't giving you no drawers. You just getting a peck on the cheek or a hug or one of those side hugs. Nigga, get the fuck away from that bitch. Stop answering the phone. Every time you see the bitch call, just look at her like in disgust. Look at the phone in disgust like, ugh. Put the phone down and get the fuck and go on about your business. And if you do answer the phone, just act like you got something else to do, all right? Fuck her. All right. Number 13, lack of physical contact. That has happened to me where a bitch, don't even touch you. You walking side by side, you saying goodnight, she doesn't hug you, or she just do the side hugs or anything like that. Get the fuck out of here. There's no sexual. Look, it's apparent she's not sexually attracted to you. So just move on. Fuck out of here. Now, 14, sign number 14, her replies to your texts are dull and stiff. All right, meaning that, you know, you get these short answers or these one-word answers. She takes about a long time to answer or whatever, and then you get these one-word answers. Man, get the fuck, leave that alone. Stop. Usually when some bitch do that to me, I lose interest right away. Next. And I just delete her phone from, I delete her number from my phone, and that's it. I ain't wasting my time. It's a waste of your time. See, at my age, fellas, I'm middle-aged, I'm 48. I ain't got a lot of time left, man. I can keel over to the next day. I ain't got time to be chasing after no punk-ass bitch, some silly-ass bitch. All right? Some unremarkable, uninspiring, punk-ass bitch. Let's be realistic. A lot of these bitches ain't shit, man. And you know it. You know it. You just too scared to say it. I ain't scared. See, you ran a nigga off named Tommy Sotomayor off the air, off YouTube, because he said the same thing that I was saying. These bitches ain't shit. But he was involved in, so if he had stayed on his square with his message, he would still be on YouTube as we speak. But he wanted to go. He wanted to go in some bullshit. But you know, that's on him. Fuck him too. All right. Sign number 15. She gives hints that she's not interested in you. All right. You gotta pick up on. See, this is why you gotta, fellas. You gotta start going out with women. You gotta start paying attention to what women do. This is what they do, man. They don't really want to say no directly, but she'll give you hints by talking about other niggas that she has a crush on, or doing things to turn you off so you can walk away. Just do her a favor, because you gotta understand, a lot of these females, they're juvenile in nature, all right? They ain't supposed to be fully grown adult women. They're kind of juvenile to me. All right? So you got to be better than them. You are better than them. But, you know, we have 40 years of simp programming. You know, we've been programmed for 40 years to be simps. This is a simp country. Y'all, a lot of y'all a bunch of simps. Nigga, I'm in rehab, man. I'm trying to break out of the simp. Out of the simping. And I'm not just talking shit. This is why I'm talking to you fellas, man. Damn it, I'm red pilled now, man. I'm ready to get on that plane and start learning the language and start talking to bitches overseas, man. Fuck that. Now, I'm not just saying that just to say fuck American women. I mean, fuck American women. I doesn't matter what race they are, they ain't shit anyway. See, you got the nigga bitches running around talking shit about black men. They want ballers. They use their titties and ass to get these ballers. You got fat black bitches running around, you know, throwing pussy at everybody in sight. Refuse to lose weight. Man, nigga, there was a meetup, Thick Swim or something like that, down in Houston, Texas, where there was nothing but fat bitches all over the pool. A pool party with nothing but fat bitches and uninteresting black men are at that party. I'm like looking at this shit and I'm saying to myself, God damn, I need a vacation out of this country to see some real women. See, my thing is, man, next summer, Next spring and summer, man, I'm planning a trip up to Portugal and Spain, man. See, I want to look at some. I want to just go ahead and spend my time, my vacation, sitting on the beach, looking at drinking a beer while on the beach, looking at white women that look like Arancha Sanchez Vicario, the former tennis player, man. You know, white women with nice little tight little thick asses, man, and titties all over the place, man. These bitches be taking off their bras. They run around topless down there, man, on the beaches there. You think I want to stay here and look at some stanky looking white woman here? Get the fuck out of here. Let me get the fuck on a plane and let me get the fuck up out of here, man. I'm tired of this shit. All right, let me go to sign number 16. Now, this happened to me a lot, but I was just too dumb to catch on. Amazing. I'm a college graduate with a graduate degree, and I failed to catch on that a bitch who never calls, who never texts, you always the one having to call and text her. That just means she's not that interested in you. You know, my thing is, I have a rule, man. If I call, or she never calls you back after 3, I have a rule. After 3 times of contact, if I contact the bitch 3 times and she don't respond, fuck her. I ain't calling her. Fuck her. You move on, man. Don't waste your time. I'm old. Look, I'm middle aged, man. I can die of a heart attack right now as we speak. I ain't got time for no nonsense, for no some uninteresting, uninspiring bitch. For a bitch? Fuck out of here. I ain't got time for this, man. Please. Number 17. This is, she doesn't remember or know anything about you. All right. Go on a date. You tell her life story. You tell her everything about her. You come back. You have another conversation. You reinforce what you said on the date. And she doesn't remember a goddamn thing that you said. She wasn't paying attention to you. She wasn't interested in you. Leave that bitch alone. All right. That's the partial list. That's the list I can find online. All right. Fellas, all I'm going to say to you is that I would love to say that you are better than these American women. So I'm not going to be like Austin Hollerman, because he's a youngin. He will see. My thing is, what you trash here, you will find over there. So you gotta change your attitude, man. You gotta change your attitude. You know, I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't date overseas. Is that you leave American women alone and date overseas? Listen, I'm on your side on this, but sometimes you just gotta detox. You gotta detox yourself from all that anger and vitriol towards these women, towards American women, because they're doing what the culture allows them to do. So you can't really be surprised at what you talk. I've been through it. I've been through the bullshit. I can actually see the bullshit. And this list, these signs right here that I just read off to you, that's just the partial list of the bullshit that you have to deal with when you're dealing with American women. You dealing with bullshit to the 25th power here. But the bullshit over there in these foreign countries, a lot less bullshit, but you will experience some bullshit. Trust me. The grass is not always greener on the other side. It may be, but it's not always. You know, but I'm willing to find out. I have my passport. I'm getting the fuck up out of here. Look, if I go down to Colombia if I go down to Brazil and I run into Austin Hollerman, I'm gonna shake his hand, because that's something I should have did with Charles Tyler when he was like, when he was encouraging black men to go down to Brazil. I've always wanted to go down there since 1999. 1999, I didn't do it. I was learning Portuguese. Eu falo pouco português. I'm trying to learn Portuguese. I was learning a little bit of Portuguese. I still learning a little bit. That's still one of my, matter of fact, that may be my birthday. I may spend my birthday down in Brazil, right during carnival season, and which is in February. So I may be down there next year. Who knows? But yeah, you should get away, get out of the country, get your passport stamped, man. But do it not because you're frustrated with women here. Do it because you want to detox yourself away from American life. You want to get a new perspective of it. And I've always said that in my podcast years ago, when I said black Americans are crazy, man. Just go get your passport. I think YouTube took it down. I'm gonna try to locate that video so I can go ahead and repost it for y'all. But yeah, just, I mean, do your thing, man. I'm gonna still talk about this. I'm gonna still talk about this issue. This is a new topic, man. I see a lot of the brothers out there, the passport bros, the expat bros, the blue book gentlemen, going out there doing their thing. I want to be a part of that, man. So I'll see y'all on the plane. Well, let me go ahead and get back to work. This is Talking Crazy 88 and signing off, and I am out of here, people. And black men, get your passports and get the fuck up out of here.